Hey y'all, welcome back.
It's Wednesday, so it's time to wing it.
With Grammy K.
Hi. They didn't leave me between then and now. I'm still with them.
This week we are in beautiful Angostura Recreation Area, which is a state recreation area just outside Hot Springs, South Dakota.
Yep, and this week's topic is go with the flow. So stick around.
Okay, so if you're new to our channel, let me tell you a little bit about Wingin' It. We set the timer on my phone normally for 10 minutes, but with the Grammy K videos, we're going a little bit longer for 15-minute extended Wingin' It. We talk about the topic. When the timer goes off, we wrap things up. Pretty simple. If you are new to the channel, we'd love to have you subscribe and join us for our adventures. And if you've been with us for a while, welcome back. We're glad to have you. So let's get right to our topic. 15 minutes on the phone. We're winging it.
Winging it.
Go ahead.
Well, you know, we said go with the flow. Well, today is a pure example of that, of go with the flow. When we woke up this morning, we had no idea where we were going.
That's true.
We really did have no idea. We had nothing booked for the day. We knew we had to get out of the spot we were in because and I don't even think we could have booked another day there because we're close to Sturgis, and Sturgis is about to start, so everything around Sturgis is packed. To say the least.
And where we came from earlier this morning was just outside of amazing Badlands National Park.
Wow.
Fantastic. And the little town next to us was absolutely wonderful. 68 people. I mean, Mayberry, think back, Andy Griffith, Barney Fife, with the little jail. That jail was smaller than the office in Mayberry.
She's right, and they even had a little post office, so we were able to mail a few things. And with our crazy day, we trying to figure out where we were going to be able to go, because we're heading into Custer State Park tomorrow. So we had to figure out what we could do, a place to stay at, and Cabela's was a possibility. And actually we went to Cabela's to figure it out, and Cabela's is in Rapid City. Rapid City, South Dakota, which everything seems to go boom out of Rapid City. I mean, when you go south of Rapid City, you go into Custer, you go into
the monuments,
all the monuments,
Mount Rushmore and
right.
Crazy
Horse and all
Devil's
those.
Tower, all of that.
Right.
They're all just springing up in
Well,
front
Devil's Tower is a little bit further,
but
but
it's
I'm
coming
talking
up.
when you go south, that's
Yeah,
that.
it's
Now, when
coming
you go north of there, northwest of there, it goes to Sturgis. So it's
Deadwood
and all that. So, I mean, it's like everything centers around that town. So for us, we had Wingin' It Wednesday coming up. You know, we hadn't shot it, we hadn't put it together, we hadn't uploaded it. So you know what, we wanted to try to find a place too where we would have a signal.
Right. We had thought about, our original plan was to spend a night at Wind Cave National Park, which is just north of where we are right now. They've got RV and tent camping inside the national park. Unfortunately, right now the cave at Wind Cave is closed because their elevator is broken, so you cannot go into the cave, and so that was kind of a bummer. But we'd heard it was still super cool, and we had just talked to some folks when we were at Badlands who had just come from there, and they said they saw tons of bison and wildlife there at Wind Cave.
Yeah, it would have been fun, and we were still going to do it.
I think they closed because they heard I was coming.
No.
Yep, they said, oh, we better take precautions.
But it is dry camping there, and it was going to be a little bit warmer today, which, you know, we could have run the generator until it cooled off. That was no big deal. But we also read that cell service inside Wind Cave National Park was spotty at best. And so
At
to
best.
make sure that we were going to be able to upload this video on time, we thought maybe we should look for another option.
Yeah, and that's part of going with the flow. You know, now maybe we add a little more excitement to it because we're trying to figure out ways to get internet service and everything else and phone service. But so that played into it today. So literally when we woke up this morning, we just had to figure it out. And Stacy and I, and looking at everything, we went back and forth 5, 6, 7 times this morning because also we were going to go to Custer State Park a day early because we called them yesterday. They have a campground there that you can book only the day of. Now it's not first come first serve, but it's 7 o'clock in the morning. You can call, and the guy last night said, oh, there's plenty of availability. So we went to bed last night thinking, okay, all right, we got it figured out. So we called them this morning about 7:30, and the lady said, well, how big are you? And I said 31.5 feet, but y'all have put in your system 32 feet. Oh, there's nothing available in that park. What do you mean there's nothing? The guy yesterday said there was a ton of stuff. Well, that's if you're 25 feet or under. So we forgot to say that little thing, you know.
Just a little detail.
Just a little detail. And so then, you know, we had to figure it out. And Cabela's was a good option, though. I mean, we really enjoyed our last day at Cabela's. This Cabela's that we actually went by it today because we stopped there to get something to eat at a restaurant next door, and we actually had to another part of our adventure today, we had to go get a new sewer hose. Yes, RV came back.
Had a little bit of a Robin Williams moment this morning at the dump station.
Yep, probably should have had that one on camera.
But not nearly as bad.
No,
Just a
nothing like that. No, I didn't. No, it wasn't that bad, but our hose did come apart. We were able to stop the flow and just a little bit got out, no big deal. But we did need a new hose, so luckily we've already solved that. We had to go with the flow. We found a way to get that flow into the proper place.
We'll go with the flow.
I'll let them back in though. I did. I thought I was going to have to send them to the little community restroom area first, but they were safe.
Yeah,
they were able to make it.
We made it. We got it done. We got dumped, and actually, and you're going to see it in the future video that we come out with about the park, not the dumping, but I'm talking about after we got dumped and we left, we had what many call the most beautiful drive in the United States. And oh wow, we did get a lot of that on camera. We are going to show y'all that in a future video. And it is stunning, I'll just tell you. And that's where the Badlands, or not the Badlands, excuse me.
We were in the Badlands.
Oh, the Badlands, yeah. It is. It's the Badlands, and they are the colors of the Badlands, the formations of the Badlands. Oh my, what'd you think about it, Mom?
They were awesome. They really were. They were scary, I gotta admit. When you're sitting in the back of an RV or Midway, and I know he's very capable, as well as Stacy, but she's got her nose in the camera stuff, and he's telling what back and forth, and all I'm looking at is those, whoa, dear, look. He did it well, commend him, yes.
And that was coming, talking about going with the flow a little bit more, comes right after we get dumped and everything, and we're hooked up. Stacy and I hooked up the Jeep, and I come walking into the RV because we got to test the lights, and there was somebody behind us, so I rushed in and I bashed my head into the front TV, which is...
Y'all know that one that we've talked about removing?
Let's put it mildly, they've been complaining about not talking.
We're going to remove that at some point.
It's a beautiful wood cabinet.
Yes, it is.
TV, but yeah, it's just right in the path of the entry door, and we had often hit our heads.
We've all hit it. I hadn't hit it in a while, but I hit it good today. It knocked me back, Luckily, I had an RN, a retired RN that, look, I got a Band-Aid. She took care of me.
Band-Aid and a little wipe, those little alcohol wipes.
And you've got a caterpillar on your arm.
Oh, caterpillar.
Oh, well, he's just a baby. He's not going to hurt it.
Winging it.
Winging it. And,
Winging it.
you know, and yeah, I said I hit my head, and you see this, why, hit my head, and it knocked me back, and I hit my elbow on the on a panel over by Stacy's chair as I hit the. Luckily, I had closed the door. Had I not closed the door, I would have fallen.
He would have been out.
I would have been out the door. The door stopped me because I was in the wheel well. And after I was able to unfog myself, I was able to drive on the cliffs of Badlands.
I kept saying, are you all right, Tom? You sure you're all right? You can see well. What's the day of the week, Tom? Can you tell me the month of the year? Wanted to make sure if he wasn't going to respond, I was thinking, where is the nearest exit?
Go with the flow. I was okay. She did a good job taking care of me. Stacy had no idea what was happening.
I'm thinking, what's taking so long?
She's back at the Jeep going, what is going on in there?
But, you know, this trip has been really interesting so far because we've done about half of our stops have been planned ahead, and the other half have been totally winging it, going with the flow. And not knowing the day that we got up, where we were going to be that night. We spent a couple nights in Kansas on the way up here, and just by chance, looking at options ahead as we came forward, we found an amazing little city park in a small town that you're going to see in a future video. And that was all unplanned.
All unplanned, and I love it though. I really do love it. Just going with the flow, it changes the natural. I don't love hitting my head. No, that's the part. I didn't love doing that. But as far as things just changing on just at a moment's notice, I love that. I mean, because we're not in the routine we used to be. You know, you get in that rut. Everybody gets in that rut. Yeah. You know, and when you're full-time RVing and you're traveling, forget a rut. I mean, unless you get stuck in the mud, you're not going to get in a rut. I mean, because things are constantly. You try to avoid that, yeah.
Well, we stopped at the truck stop today,
station.
And the lady at the truck stop said, "Oh, where are y'all headed to?" And we said, "We have no idea."
And we still didn't at that time.
she looked at him like, "You don't know where you're going?" No.
And we said, we're full-time RVers, and it's just, you know, we haven't quite figured that out for today yet. And she said, I love that. You know, that is...
Well, you know, we didn't... This place that we're in right now, I didn't even know existed. We got into Rapid City to get gas, and then once we got gas, we went over to Cabela's, or we were going to Cabela's. On our way to Cabela's, boom, there's a visitor center.
The Black Hills Visitor Center.
Black Hills Visitor Center. We thought, why not stop in? Boom, we stopped in, and guess what?
They had this really cool topographic map that you could push buttons and different things would light up. So you could find the monuments, you could find the scenic byways, you could find places to camp and those types of things. You and this caterpillar. And so, you know, we were pushing buttons to see where things were in relation to where we were in Rapid City, and this place came up.
Yeah, it came up, and I told Stacey, I said, check on your phone, see how far it is. And she checks, and it was 1 hour away. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's not far from Custer State Park where we're going in tomorrow. So that wasn't a problem. So she looked it up.
And I called them and I asked them, and they have 50 amp hookups here. Beautiful sites. They had spaces available. And yeah, I mean,
we were even able to pick our site.
Yeah.
We picked our site. Now we did make one mistake, but this is going with the flow. I mean, we've always make mistakes, but the one mistake we made was they got a lot of sites available. They told us that when we called. We could have just come here and paid for a site, but Stacy really wanted to book it online to make sure, and I understand, peace of mind. but there's a $6 day use fee per automobile, but since we're towing, it counts as one. And online they charged us $7 and something, and she thought
And
that
it
was
said
the fee.
out of state.
Out of state
And so we
fee.
thought, okay, that's the $6 plus an additional $1.50 or whatever for being out of state.
Right.
No big deal.
No big deal. So we booked it, and then we get here, and the lady goes, "Oh no,
That's a different fee.
That's a different fee since you booked it online. So we're going to have to charge you the $6 fee here." So,
And so I said, well, okay, wait. Had we just come here and paid for the site when we got here, she said, well, you would have had your camping fee, which would have been $21 a night, plus your $6 entrance fee. But you wouldn't have had to pay the extra $7 and something
Yeah.
that you had to pay because you paid it online. So, word to the wise,
yeah,
if you are coming to a South Dakota recreation area or state park, I think it's all the same system as from what I understand, and you call the park and they say they've got plenty of availability, and you are from outside of South Dakota, maybe you want to just go there and pick your site when you get there rather than trying to book it online. You can save yourself about $7.
yeah.
So-
I mean, that's not the end of the world.
No.
I mean, that it still was peace of mind for Stacy, that, and I was okay with it, but she wanted to make for sure.
Yep.
Oh my
That's
gosh!
it. We did it.
Look at there, we winged it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, nothing like up to the second almost.
And I don't
Just
know if you
ahead of
can
the
see,
storm.
but there's a storm blowing in, and right behind me here,
Yeah.
it's starting to get dark.
Yeah, we're getting storm warnings here. All of a sudden, it's been blue skies. So this is another thing going with the flow. We were going to wait and film this in a couple hours, but we thought, I think we better get it done, else this puppy was going to be inside the RV. And I don't mind filming them inside the RV, but I love being outside. We all do.
Right.
And when you've
and
got a
when
beautiful setting, yes, like
mountains, this is absolutely where we've come through has been completely beautiful. I mean, it's God's creation, the natures of it, the colors of it, and no matter time of day or time of evening that you're coming, it's different. The way the sun's hitting it, and like I said, we've been fortunate so far. When we've had rain, it's usually we're already inside.
Yep.
Or that
Yeah,
one time
we've
we
had
got
rain at
caught
night.
in Wall.
We've been very fortunate.
we did get caught in Wall, South Dakota. We went to Wall Drug, and we had the windows zipped out of the Jeep, and it was a beautiful day. And we came out of Wall Drug, and it was pouring rain.
Yeah, a little
And
different.
so-
Stacy.
And by
But
the
it's a
way,
Jeep.
it was the back windows, and I'm the one
He's
sitting in the back seat. So
But the front windows were down, so
yeah.
My side was
her side was
dry.
dry.
Because I went out there and I got the window put up, but it worked out. Again,
It's a
we went
Jeep.
with the flow. So that's another
The main
thing.
thing is, don't be afraid to try something new.
No,
Don't get so stressed out with your schedule that you are worried about things more than you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Just get out there and enjoy
and
it.
just remember, the journey
Is
It's
the
the
destination.
destination, not the destination is the journey. The journey is
Is
the
the
destination, and every day we are proving that.
Yep. Are you enjoying it so far?
Oh
You.
yeah. I thought you was looking at him. I'm up here. Yes, it's been great. It really has. Fantastic.
We're glad to have Mom along.
Yep. Having a great time.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, keep on winging it. We will see you on Sunday. And until then, safe travels.
And happy camping.
And y'all come back now.
Bye.
Bye.